Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by Tokyo Marine, and this is dedicated to those who have bought your dream home after looking through hours and hours visiting online research and all, right? Have you ever thought about how to protect it from fire, flood, theft, or even mishap? So your property is probably your biggest asset. This is why a home insurance cover is essential. But did you know that home insurance covers more than just the building structure of your property? Now, I'm not only talking about the standard insurance that covers the building structure only. I'm talking about the important stuff that makes your house a home. Your home appliances, furniture, expensive gadgets, and those treasured jewelries passed down from generations to generations. Guess what? Your standard fire insurance doesn't really cover all these items. But don't worry, now there's a solution. Introducing Tokyo Marine Secure Home. Secure Home is like a missing puzzle piece that every property owner needs. It's not just about safeguarding the building structure, it's everything in it as well. And that's not all. Secure Home includes free coverage for dengue and damaged frozen food. And if you want additional peace of mind, Secure Home also offers cash allowance benefits upon any mishap. Secure Homes goes beyond the ordinary, offering a comprehensive shield for your home at an affordable price. So while you're out there making informed decisions on property investments, let's keep those dreams big and your property safe. Head over to tokyomarine.com and find out more about Secure Home from Tokyo Marine today. And thank you very much, Tokyo Marine, for sponsoring this video. Now let's go check out some property. What's up guys, it's Shana, and today we're going to check out Sunway Serene in Petaling Jaya. Let's go! So that used to be the old Western Digital factory, which I think got acquired by the group as well. And this is located right in between LDP as well as Federal Highway. So this road, cool fact, used to be a shortcut from those in PJ directly wants to go to Klang. They will just use this shortcut, cut straight into Federal Highway. And it's sandwiched between 3 or 4 different elements. One, you will have the industrial area here. Then on this side, you will have the lake. Next to that, you will have all the residential low-rise areas. Beyond that, that will be the golf course. And the main access for this project has a common problem of congestion due to the bottleneck of the traffic light junction. And I like the action that they built this Jambatan Serene, named after the project itself, right? And it's divided into a normal walkway, bicycle path, also the main road. So when you turn right after the traffic light going back home, you will have this journey before you see your project. And from afar, the facade really stands out. That block of orange really pops. And I still remember when this was launched, it was in conjunction with several other launches around the street. So you have the Glomac one, you have another one closer to the Subang Airport, then you have some in PJ. So competition was tough. So now it's time to face reality and let's go check out the project. So right after the bridge, you will come into a roundabout before you go in to the entrance, and that will be the project already. So coming right into the car park, we are now at the contractor's car park, also the visitor's car park. But what I want to highlight here is the difference. So this is the zone planning that we will have as land becomes scarce, right? In the midst of your landed development, suddenly when there's an empty piece of land, most likely now it's going to be optimized into a high-rise. And what they do is they actually protect the privacy by growing a lot of creepers around the boundary fences. So that's really nice. Anyway, we are now in the center of the car park, also in between towers. But this round, what's great about the architecture is they punctured a hole through the facilities deck, allowing sunlight to penetrate through the whole car park. So there's this centerpiece of landscape right here, and there's actually a bridge for people to just enjoy and walk between Tower B and Tower A. So that indirectly created this experience of driving in, passing through this, and this will be the main drop-off that is so comfortable. Because just imagine if this is just sheltered over or just covered through, right? It's going to be all dark, it's all going to be fumes, and vehicles exhaust noise. But now once you puncture the hole, wow, this is so nice. Well, it's also because of the creepers that's all growing. Although this is just being handed over, right? The landscapes are very matured. Material-wise, so you have the transparent railings already throughout this bridge. You have the timber-like tiles. Then you have pavers over, and the car park looks amazing with the flat slab system. And they use the round columns. That's nice. Then you will have a nice signage here, and you have the leaf motifs on the ceiling. And look at the column design. Even the spray paintings has patterns to it. Cool. Okay, so this will be the drop off for Tower B, and let's go check it out. So from the car park, there will be an access here, so you will have EV chargers here. And I don't know how this works, is it a scanner or whatsoever? Going in, you will have a ramp into the mails room, and it's fancy with plants and all. Then this will be the main lobby, and it's like a hotel. Look at the finishes. Woo! So we are now in the floor plate, and there will be 10 units serviced by 6 lifts all together, and it's split into half. So here you have the void space, and that actually encourages daylight. The ceiling height is 2.6 and the width of the lobby is 2.9. The source of light actually comes from this window here, and it's closed with the window panels to prevent water from spillage. And now you can hear a lot of renovation noise going on. It means that people are moving in. From the lobby, the corridor width is 1.78 meters, and there is this nice joint between the tiles and the plaster and paint of the walls. Floor tiles, you have the tile skirtings, and I think this one is supposed to be a window. I think not complete yet. They add in on. Then on one of the wings, after coming out from the lobby, this will be the journey into the refuse room. Okay, so this will be the refuse room. It's bright, it's big enough, nice. So this will be the unit that we're going to check out today, and you can see this is located right in front of the lift lobby. In terms of privacy, then it's not exactly the best. So every time you open the door, and if there's anybody at the lift lobby, they can see everything inside the house. But I really like their thoughtfulness of having a ramp here, so anybody with a stroller or a wheelchair, whoever with mobility issue, this is very helpful. Anyway, this is 1.67 meters in width, and let's go check out the unit. So this is the unit that we're going to check out today. This is type D2, but we are in a mirror unit. So when you come in from the foyer space, on the right you have the kitchen, then connected to the yard, dining, living, then balcony. You have the corridor going into 3+1 bedroom. You have a study room here in the center, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, principal bedroom, and a shared bathroom. So in total there's a 3+1 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit, 1232 square feet. Coming into the unit, the clearance of the door is nice. It's 1.07 meters. Wow, and the height is 2.4. Then walking through the dining space, right, the width is amazing. The wall-to-wall distance is 4.5 meters. Ceiling height a bit less, is 2.9 meters, not your full 3 meters. But because of the width like that, right, I actually don't mind it being like 100 mm shorter. It's very intimate, but this space is just amazing. Then going in the living space, the wall-to-wall distance there is 3.7 meters because there's a set in here, so they extended this a little bit to have a better center room here. But anyway, 3.7 is still very spacious. Looking into the balcony, and the unit that we have today is actually facing the facilities deck. Walao eh. So the length of the corridor is 3.7 meters, width is 900. You will have a steel handrail here. And because of the layout of 2 towers, right, you will have very nice opening. Even though when you pick a unit that faces internal, like they locate the tower at the corner here. So for units that are facing this side to the facility, I still get clearance here, and I get the lake view here. and look at the maturity of the vegetation across to the sales gallery. And this will be the shortcut from LDP cutting across Federal Highway. So what you can see there will be Mentari Towers already. That will be Sunway Pyramid area. This will be the factory area, and surrounding that will be all landed properties. Cool fact, right? Those are luxury bungalows. That row that actually attached to the golf course, those are like bungalow lands that are really for the elites. And there will be a brand new development here, I guess, so don't know when it's going to come out. I think that will depend on the sales performance for this one. But now looking at it, right, I don't think it's that hard to sell. I'm not too sure because this facility deck is so impressive. And it took the industry by storm by having the first lazy river around the facility deck for a residential project. Imagine if I were to rent this place and stay here, right? I don't need to go theme park already. Like me and my kid, we will just hang out here for the weekend or almost every day. Be the void that we mentioned just now. Because of this little design treatment, the entire experience of the car park, right, just elevated really nicely. You will have cross ventilation across, you will have daylight across, you won't be as stuffy, and that just makes this water feature so sensible. If not, it would be rather weird, right? But suddenly now you have a loop around. Whoa, amazing. So by looking around Property Guru portal, right, I think the selling price for this unit type is around 997,000 for sub-sale. I'm not too sure about the latest price from the developer. And the ongoing rental rate for this, they are asking for 4,200 for a fully furnished package. By the way, this is also a leasehold project. Moving on, this will be the kitchen, and I think because of this size and the plug point there is supposedly to be an island here for your breakfast counter. Then the entire layout would make more sense, but now this one is for investment, I think. And I also think that this comes with the developer package. The counter's length is 2.5 meters from here to the wall here, right? And then you will have a basin, you will have a hood and hob here, then top and bottom cabinet. I'm not too sure why it is different color. Then you will have all this storage space all built already lah. Okay, then you also have a backsplash here. Sockets by Schneider. Nice, and this will connect us to the yard space behind. And I like this NATO window here. Very well built. This will then be the yard space where we can have the washing machine and the dryer here. I like this door because of its semi-translucent surface, so it's also for safety in case if people want to come in and out, you won't just straight away smack the person who is trying to load the washing machine. This will be the connection to the study room, and this will be facing the void already. Spray painting for the external surface. Nice. So going into the corridor, the width is 1.08 meters, and there will be a drop in your ceiling about 500. So the height is around 2.4, and this will connect to the 3 bedrooms and the bathroom. So let's start with this one. So the size of the room here, width is 2.57. This is around 4.3 in length. Window size is nice. You have about 2 feet from the ground. Then you have laminated timber flooring, queen size bed, bedside tables, still have sufficient space for circulation, wardrobe space, and then this will be the view that you get, which is similar to the balcony view, and this one is facing the facilities. And we spoke about this before. If you want absolute certainty of the views, I usually pick the views that faces the facility, but I will pick the first or the second floor above because I get to really enjoy the foliage. Also at the lowest selling price because there will be floor premiums that's increasing along with the floor height. So I get the cheapest one, I get secured view. It's just more certainty lah for my money. Moving on to the second room. This one will be the study room, and it's a bit smaller. It's only 2.2 by 2.6 meters. But if this is a workspace, then I think it's fine. Study room, then it's fine. Maybe a helper's room also, it will be fine because it still has a very nice window here that's connected to the yard space just now. Moving on, this will be the second bedroom. So the area is 2.6 by 3.8 meters, very wide. After you put in a queen size bed, a lot of space, including the wardrobe space. But what I like about the floor layout, because it's somewhat like an L angle, it allows more walls across the unit to have openings. Like you have this side profile here, where usually in a normal condo, there's more profit centered, right? You will not have this opening because this can easily squeeze in another unit from this distance to the other unit. But they open it up, instead allowing openings for the center rooms like this. However, the view is not your usual great view, but at least you can have an opening. All these users will then be sharing this bathroom here. And I really like these treatments in all their latest projects. They are very thoughtful with this, as they realize that the population is actually aging. That's very nice. But it's a very complete bathroom. You will have Johnson Swiss basin, Johnson Swiss WC, bidet, shower screen, shower, and a tinted window. I'm not sure if this tinted or the sticker haven't peeled up. So weird. Because if I remember correctly, 4 years ago when we went to the sales gallery, there's this medical assistance availability as well. So in case anybody who require medical assistance here, they can just ring somebody or whoever. There will be support from the Sunway Medical Center. That's part of their target audience as well, and it's really reflecting in the design approach too. Last but not least, this will be the principal bedroom, and this is nice. The wall-to-wall width here is 4.1 meters. After you put in a king-size bed here, there's still so much space around. Wow, and this room also caters to your own ensuite bathroom here. And the view, of course, will be facing the facilities, sharing the same view as the balcony. But because of its length, it just leads up the space really nicely. Like, see, look at the space. I think you can just put in another bed here. Wow. Okay, so nice. And then this will be the ensuite bathroom, again with the treatments of the no drop within the floorings. I really like this. Johnson Swiss basin and WC, shower screen, full height wall tiles, naturally ventilated. That reduces your electric cost and maintenance cost a little bit. Rain shower, nice. And I really like this width. Because on a separate project we have visited, exact same layout, but this is slightly narrower. That's why you really feel the plane just crawling into you. But this one is just nice. But of course, the price is also around $1 million for this. Anyway, I think that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the facilities, which is the lazy river. Let's go. So coming straight out from the lift lobby of the facilities deck, you have this very nice cozy area to chill, and they give you somewhat of privacy here using this partition along with their thematic treatment. That's nice. And the ceiling height treatment just gives it a very cool clubhouse vibe. I love it. Then on one side it's actually covered, on this side then it will be open all the way. Then you have a cool place to just chill around here. So along the facilities you can see a lot of organic lines, very nice, and it takes up more space, but since they can afford to, why not, right? So going through the reading pod, this will be the jogging pathways around the facilities deck. This will be the neighbors already. So I'm not too sure what's coming up on phase 2, but these are the landed properties that connects to the golf course at the end. Along the jogging path, then you can see that at the fringe, right, it's all nicely done up with landscape at a good enough width to ensure safety, so kids just don't go climb on them, right? And there will be hammocks around here for people to just chill. Again, more landscape treatment, more circular experience using forms like this zigzaggy thing for people to just walk through it, right? Very thematic, very decorated, nice. At the far end here then will be the basketball court along with the futsal court, and it's all fenced up. You even have an audience sitting area. That's very cool. And the landscape coverage is just very extensive throughout all boundaries of spaces. And this is one of the very nice treatments where the roof is actually used as the landscape treatments as well, and it allows people to just walk up. So at the ground floor then, I don't know what is it inside just yet, but this experience is really nice. You have the glass railing, glass roofing, along with the balustrades to give you that texture of shadow looking across the facilities at a different dimension. But just maybe not do this on the noon time lah. So this is going to be so friendly if you have kids. So the target audience for this has always been families and elderlies because of its size. I think the smallest one is also 1232 something square feet. Then you have a 4-bedroom unit. It's very obvious that this is for families, and it's very nice. I can really imagine my kid, right, every day just drain his energy in this location. And surprisingly, you won't feel the intensity of the traffic until you reach this location here. So this is when you can see the LDP just in front of you. Only at this part you can feel the intensity of noise a little bit. Beyond that, right, I don't know why, you won't feel it, right? You guys can just hear it, right? You won't feel it. So that was the roof of the multi-purpose hall at the bottom, and you can see the treatments here. This is a very high cost treatment where they covered with glass for roofing, and then they add these balustrades, right, to give you this texture. Wow. Anyway, it's locked, but this will be a very good event space for you to have your gatherings with your family or friends. So this will be the semi-outdoor space. That will be the center void that we see just now from the unit, right? But this is the lazy river already. This is insane. And there's already a float there for you to just take out, right, and just roll and chill around. Imagine your kid, right, maybe 4 or 5 years old, taking the float and you just push him around. It's a very nice bonding moment between your families. And the convenience of your unit, so nice. Who would ever thought, right, a lazy river around the facility deck? Whew. But this indirectly creates a problem, which is to go across. So there will be bridges here and bridges here for you to go across it, just to go the other side. And they are covered walkways all around, so it connects from the main corridor to the main spaces. Of course, if you want to go to the swimming pool, then it's not covered lah. We are now in the gym, and surprisingly, it's rather small. Of course, there are 894 units in total. It's still rather small, right? But there will be 2 treadmills here, bicycle, mixed weight machine here, free weights over there. You have a bar, not a freestanding bar, but it's good enough. But I'm just not too sure about the scale. Outside the gym, then this will be the kids' wonderland. Right, this is like theme park altogether. So you have this dry park area that is done using the rubber tiles, playground that is so complete and it's so open, and it's integrated along with the barbecue areas. So just imagine having a family gathering here, kids just go crazy here. They will sure jump into the pool, and you have this water play area. Oh my goodness. Whew. Seriously, they have to leave the house during weekends already. This is like a play zone for them. Very nice. And you can just look at the amount of landscape coverage around here, right? Ooh. Next to the kids playing pool, then this will be the lap pool, and also you have the infinity edge at the end. So but that one looking the lake, this one looking over the factory. Very, very comfortable. And this is the small little entrance to the swimming pool. You just slowly go in between the bushes, go into another dimension. And across there you will see all the greeneries across the golf course. Nice. Very nice. Next to that, this will be the small little jacuzzi area. And I like how it's hidden using the organic form. And they add this partition of vegetation. Very, very cool. So next to the pool, they will be facing the lake, and that will be the federal highway already. This will be the empty piece of land that I think is going to be phase 2. It's already hoarded up. There will be a temple at the end, and this is actually in between landed developments. Okay, so that will be the golf course already that you can see. And just in case if the facilities is not enough, right, you can easily just walk down and have a stroll around this lakeside walkway. Woo! So what I really like about this facilities deck is there are multiple dimensions of enjoying it. First, you have the ground floor, then you can walk around in an organic manner because the pathways are designed in a way that really slows your tempo, slows you down and enjoy the surrounding. The next one will be elevated bridges like this to have a different dimension of enjoying the foliage. Now here you are closer to the foliage and you get to walk across the lazy river. Then the third one will be you being within the lazy river itself and you just stroll around on a float on water across the facility. And the vegetation around, along with all these hardscape treatments, right, makes the entire experience of the lazy river a very exciting one. Not only children though, I think adults will also enjoy this treatment. Like if this is an Airbnb, I hope this is not open for Airbnb at all. This needs to be exclusively for residents or tenants, right? Such a wonderful one. To be very honest, I am very tempted to rent this place just for my kid. Wow! Now we are in a rooftop facility trying to figure out, maybe the gym is not so small, right? There's a sky gym here. Well, that explains why the scale of the gym is so small at the facilities deck, because they have another one on top. So here you have somewhat the same equipments here. You have all the cardio machines all done by Precor, and they will be facing this view of PJ. So this is the original state of PJ, all landed properties across. Wow, very, very nice. You have your machines on this corner, you have the free weights at this side. Okay, right opposite then there's this thing called the Sky Spa, where basically there's two spa machines, right, built on top of an elevated platform for you to just chill, I think, and have a view of the surrounding. Well, nothing much though. You have the lake view here, and that concerns me. You have more land right opposite there, and right this side then there will be the LDP highway already. Then they add this little island of landscape here to give both sides privacy, right? But when you have two different couples doing their thing together, right, it's still very awkward. Very, very awkward. And this will be the elevated car park. You can see they use the flat slab system. It's very tidy. And it's very open, so this will be the one connecting to the LDP side, so it will be a bit more noisy. After you park, then you will have the central void again, and they will be providing more ventilation and daylight into the space. That's why the car park, right, is so bright and ventilated, so nice. And you have the ramp outside that connects them all together. Then in between floor levels, I like this external ramp system where one ramp takes you up 2 levels. So in case you're at level 6, you just go up 3 times, you are already at your car park level. That's very nice, very tidy, and it's very fast. Just level 6 already. This one very nicely done. I like the car park a lot. So at the same level of the parking facilities, there's this corner here that they developed into a badminton court. That's nice. There's 2 courts in together. I think everything seems right besides the wall fan. Why do you need a wall fan? Don't know, maybe when this is not used as a badminton court. Yeah, maybe. A lot of things to do within this condo. So that would be the ramp that we spoke about just now, where we call a speed ramp, right? So in one ramp you get to access to 3 levels of car park all together. That's why from ground floor 1, 2, straight away you reach the highest floor already. It's great. But what's weird as well will be this ad tower. I think if you put placement for advertisement here, it will contribute to the management. Most likely, I think that's the case. And right at the bottom, that will be the nursery area for people to do plantation or whatsoever. Very nice. And I guess that's all for this episode. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. Number 1, what I really like will be the facilities, of course, right? So that has been the highlight for this project, which is the lazy river treatment. But actually it's way more than that. It's about the void that they create within the center of the building that allows an extra source of daylight and ventilation into the entire car park structure. So that adds a lot of characteristic to the space. If not in the center, it's always very dark and nobody likes parking in the center of the floor. It's always very eerie. But once you do this treatment, right, all car park space around the void and all car park space at the fringe of the development all have sufficient daylight and ventilation, which is amazing. Plus, when the sun hits the void, right, at a certain angle, it becomes a highlight for the main drop-off as well. So we were there and it became a centerpiece within the drop-off area, and that is amazing. And with that treatment, then the lazy river around the facilities deck makes sense. And when you have a lazy river, it creates an internal area and an external area within the facilities. So how do you then go through? They put bridges in to add a different dimension of experience for users to really play around the facilities area, and that is just nice. Landscape treatments is nice. Just when you think the gym is a little bit small, there's a sky gym as well as a sky spa. The sky spa then is weird lah, but to me it's just very well thought of. Like from a family guy perspective, I'm actually looking out for fully furnished units to rent already because of the facilities deck alone. I can imagine myself playing with my kid almost every day at the deck without going out. Isn't that great? Second thing that's very close to the facilities deck, right, actually is really about the void in the center of the building. Ultimately, I call it the design approach to this is amazing. Like from the traffic congestion problem, they created this bridge, and that creates this prelude to the building itself. So once you're on a bridge, you're surrounded by landscape, then you have the glimpse of the lake at the side, and you have the tower slowly going in. Ooh. Then the orange element actually really pops at the facade. Once you go in, the drop off, you have this dramatic pillar of sunlight into the space. Wow. Then the entrance lobby is so well decorated. It's so open, it's so luxurious. Then going into the facilities, as you mentioned, is amazing. And then to the details as well. In between floor levels, you have this little gradient or this little ramp that ease people into the space instead of this harsh drop, right? Yes, it costs a little bit more in terms of workmanship, but overall it's just very nice. Especially this unit that we visit, right? The wall-to-wall width for the dining space is amazing. The tower-to-tower orientation and distance all make sense. Wow. Then when you come to the car park space, you have this ramp treatment, which is very efficient. The car park experience that is so delicate. Then you have a lot of extra space, right? And they didn't waste it. So they put a nursery here, they put an ad pillar here. So that will also contributes to the revenue, to the maintenance fees. Nice eh? No space wasted. Last of all would be the reputation of the developer. They have a lot of experience doing township because this is actually very close to the Sunway township. We have the theme park, Unicity, shopping mall, everything. And it's still growing in terms of medical center, commercial area, Hambalang, everything. BRT, and now they are slowly building out of their main Bandar Sunway already. So after they get this site, they also acquired the factory, which used to be Western Digital. So now they smack a Sunway logo on it, and they integrated in an X Park where people can go karting or play some extreme sports within. And when you think about other developers doing it, right, there's no need to do so at all. But for this developer, then they felt that they have this need to provide more to the customers. They do up this lake very nicely and they maintain it. Then in short, these are just the people who really care for the buyers. Enough said. For the three things I don't like, then number one will be the micro location, where you're in between factories, you're in between the temple, and smack right next to LDP highway at the junction. So this is really located next to the flyover. Like now, the noise will be terrible only when we stand next to it lah. So even if you work in PJ, if you stay here, you need to be a bit cautious about the distance of traveling, because this right turn, 3 minutes then you'll reach Federal Highway, 3 minutes then you'll reach Petaling Jaya. It's very convenient when it's cleared. But because of its nature of this little small road being the shortcut from LDP to Federal Highway, right, it's always packed. So be very mindful when you select location based on the place you stay lah. If this makes sense totally, right, if you just need to really go into Sunway or you travel to Subang, or you can just go straight into PJ via the internal roads, right, then this location will make a lot of sense to you. But that's strictly individual preference. Number two, with such facilities, the maintenance fees confirm will be on the higher side, but that's not my concern. The concern is when it's not maintained. Imagine the lazy river is not maintained. The landscapes are not maintained. All these extra spaces around the facilities are not maintained.
then it will be a nightmare. So I don't know, maybe because this developer will be around for very long within the building, and based on experience, they have always cared for their customers. Even after years of handover, they will still participate in the management, help them to do this and that. Maybe lah, maybe, but they are not obliged to. That's my only concern. Now, just hand over, it looks amazing. I'm not too sure 5 to 7 years, maybe 10 years later, maybe the lazy river literally become lazy. Yeah. And the third thing I don't like will be the adjacent development. So I'm not too sure what's on phase 2. Most likely another apartment. So it's going to face directly to the infinity edge of the swimming pool. I like the swimming pool is oriented facing the lake instead of facing the highway, of course, right? But then that also faces very close to phase 2, which is going to be a construction site. So it's going to be noisy and all, and there's a lot more land around this area. Maybe this is going to be the phase 1 of 4 to 5 towers. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but I don't know what's going to be the selling price already. Now it's already rather high because you still have unsold units, ma. I don't know. But then for the units facing the construction site, right, be ready for noise lah. Tong 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 for the next 4 to 5 years. And I guess that's all for this episode. So I have a lot of friends who stays here. First of all, congratulations for your new home. I'm envious truly because of the entire experience of a user is really amazing. From the moment you take a right turn from the traffic light, you're already in a pathway that's so well designed into your unit. I'm also envious because this is a price range where I will not pay lah. Maybe my income not there yet lah. So definitely it's an amazing own stay because of the size that starts from 1232 square feet, and the biggest is like 1008, I think, 1007, 1008. So it's all going to be families that buy for their own children, and when you put all that into perspective, right, all facilities make sense. So nice. Kudos to the team. And I guess that's all for this episode. If you really like this episode, like it, share, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, yeah, next to LDB like that lah. See you guys on the next one. Ciao.